U.S. The first known death was 111 days ago. We've heard so many numbers over the months, how many cases, how many deaths, but each one of those numbers represents a life that deserves to be remembered, not as a victim of COVID, but as someone who was loved with a unique life story. Here's just some of them.
Yu Li Hua was interested in the stories of people's lives. It helped inform her writing, her daughter said. Yu authored over a dozen novels and short stories in her 90 years. She could still win tennis matches against her children in her 80s. Isolated from her family in her last days, they wrote her letters. Her daughter told her, "You should have had someone to hold your hand." Anna Marie Leone. She was a writer of a different sort. She kept a list of names from prayer cards she collected from wakes, writing them in a notebook every week to remember them. She had Down syndrome, but her sister said she didn't like to be treated differently. She worked in a hair salon and as a prep cook. Anna Marie Leone was 31 years old. George McKibben was one of the first black teachers in a mostly white school district in Clayton County, Georgia in the 1960s. Not everyone welcomed him, but his daughter said he eventually won everyone over. Everybody wanted to be in his class. He retired in 2001, but still tutored his grandchildren in math. George McKibben was 76. So many frontline workers have sacrificed their lives caring for others. Chris D'Angelin Castro Guzman, a 35-year-old nurse, was one of them. Her family said she had been planning a trip to Disneyland for her children when she got sick. Her youngest was just 5 months old. Messiah Howard was only 7.
Are you ready?
He was a bouncy, happy little boy and a big fan of the New Orleans Saints. A Drew Brees action figure was his constant companion. His family said his smile never faded, even when he endured hospital stays for a rare disease. He was recovering from a bone marrow transplant that was supposed to save his life when he fell ill with COVID-19.
Please know we are thinking of everyone who has lost someone they love.